Well, here we are again. It's always such a pleasure. Um, I have not tried to kill anyone twice, so that's good, I guess. Anyway. I don't know why my bitrate is so low. There's nobody else home. Anyway, waiting for this guy from the chat to come on his own stream because he's doing far more interesting things. I am streaming the end of this French piece, and in it, I think Monsieur Mouret is redeeming himself for his middle two movements, which are frankly sort of crap. And I'd say don't tell him I said that, but you can't tell him because he's dead. Anyhow, I continue to work for Monsieur Mouret and this gig that I have this weekend, at which I intend to play only French music. And I am... Okay, so here's my source material for this. It's just this final movement. It's marked Gouaille, which I don't know, but I'm going to call it a Sicilian because it's got that dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum rhythm that we're fond of. Anyway, never mess with a Sicilian when death is on the line or something. Meanwhile, I continue to work. And this bottom thing is the timpani line, and I'm turning it into viola and cello because nobody told me I couldn't. Let's see. And we got 4 beats of nothing to where people have time to prepare. And also, I don't have to have an empty bar. Are we really doing that? We sure are. I don't know if y'all noticed this. This is French violin clef. French violin clef is a G clef, but the G, instead of being the second line from the bottom, is the bottom line. Because we were writing this in the age of movable clefs, and when clefs move, any line can be G. Anyway, so I guess, oh my gosh, though, this, parallel fifth. Every time you write a parallel fifth, Bach kills a kitten. I don't know if y'all heard it, but here's a parallel fifth. Yeah, that's a big no-no. Monsieur Mouret, why don't you write correctly? Whatever. Here we go. Oh, that should be nice. I can go, There we go. I wonder if I could adjust the playback of these things. Boop. You know what? How far is that going to be? I guess we'll find out. Do we have the played very... well? Huh. Okay, well, let's start at about there. Well, here. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh gosh, I've forgotten what Dorico uses for playback offset. I've forgotten what it's measuring. Measured in ticks, 480 ticks per quarter note. Okay, so if we want it to be... If I want it to be like a 16th early, I need it to be 120 ticks? Okay, well, let's try it. Doesn't need to be quite 120 ticks. I can probably get away with less than that. Let's not do that. Let's make it go negative 96 because that sounds like a power of 2 or something like that. Here we go. I like it. You know, I'm just going to write it. What do I have for this? Ba-bum, wa-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Skirt, skirt. I want them to last a little longer, these nodes. Okay, let's pull them a full 120. And let's let them have a 0 end offset. Let's see how this does. And I'll put an accent here. And then I'll also copy paste this down to the next staff. There we go. I like this. Seems Monsieur Mouret does not always write out his figures, which is slightly irritating. I'm going to make a judgment call and make that... There we go. Interesting. So you know what? We're going to want to write this out twice. Da 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 da. Da da. And that's where the repeat would fall in the second time. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full bars. Cool. We're going to do 8. And then we'll just copy paste that there because I'm going to want to do something different with the cellos. The point here. Oh my. Who could that be?